Let's see. Let's get to something actually happening on the internet actively that does affect the channel and everybody.
I'm hungry.
Part 2!
All right.
What the frick is it? How do you start out this video like this? Have y'all watched the first video? Bro came off in the first 4 minutes looking like a crackhead. Now this one, he's starting it off like this. Got it. Alright, let's go.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it.
What? We may not film it.
Hey.
Alright, hold on. I was gonna give you 10K, but now that you said I can't film it, this is some BS. And to be fair, I am an advocate that if you're giving somebody a butt ton of money, as long as you actually give it to them, you have every right to film it and monopolize on it. You have every right to make money. As long as that person got the money, like if you're offering 10K in a video, and then you make the video and you gave them 10K, awesome. But if you said you gave them 10K, did not give them 10K, and then made money off of that, then screw you. It's that simple. It's like those dudes who pretended to give cup of noodles to the homeless people. Screw that cup.
Mr.Beast,
yeah,
that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go back.
What we do here is go back. Dude, what is this, content cop?
Ah!
Bro actually pulled a content cop. Are you freaking kidding right now? Bro actually pulled a freaking content cop on us. His crime is acting erratic on shrooms.
Content cop from Temu back at it again. So just before I get into my interrogation with former Mr.Beast employee Jake Weddle, a lot has happened since my last video. After posting it, I got hundreds of messages from former Mr.Beast employees, and I had them all like send proof of former employment. You know, just people showing their support or telling their stories of you know, fake videos or unsafe practices, you know, toxic workplace, stuff like that.
Who's that doggo one?
Showing their support or telling their stories of you know, fake videos.
On the set of saving 100 dogs, bought one of the employees' dogs off of them for 10K in a weird power play to see. First of all, I don't care how much money you offer me. My doggos are my doggos. That's my babies. You would have to like bring $1 million to the table just to get me to open up a conversation with you. You feel me? And even then, it's like, I don't know if $1 million can get me my boy. Like, I'm actually kind of sad. I just had the thought of doing it for $1 million, and I got really sad. I got actually genuinely sad, and I thought I'd have $1 million, but I wouldn't have Deku or Oreo, and that's no. Why would you give up your doggo for 10K? I'm not even mad at Mr.Beast for that. I'm mad at the freaking employee who gave up their doggo. But yeah, why wouldn't you just adopt so many doggos in the shelters? So many. If I ever become a super rich and powerful YouTuber like Mr.Beast status or Logan Paul status, I would genuinely adopt a bunch of pets. I think that would be dope. But actually take care of them, not be a prick, you know? I mean, if you get to like Logan Paul levels of money, I feel like you could even have like an automated system, like food comes out in the containers so you know they got those fancy machines now that drop a certain amount of food every like 12 hours or whatever the freak, or every 4 hours. You know you can really automate a lot of that stuff. I'll be completely honest with you now, with enough money.
Those are unsafe practices.
Don't go adopting animals that you're not gonna take care of. I'm just sort of saying. I already have 2 doggos. I could maybe adopt one more, and it wouldn't make the biggest difference in the world.
Workplace, stuff like that.
You know, another small
really
one. Something I can punt across the room if it pisses me off,
most
you know?
people want to stay anonymous, which I understand. And also, like, I think most of that stuff's just been covered with you know, the news coming out about Beast Games and everything. And also I have, like, more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that...
To be fair, if I had to, and not had to, but more like if I if I ever found myself in such a great position that I were to take on 2 more doggos to have a total of 4, I would have to seriously sit down and have an existential crises about whether it would be a corgi, an actual poodle, like the really nice poodles, like the ones that you like cut their hair and like make it really nice and like go through the whole extra mile, or a wiener dog, or a Shiba. It would be such a difficult choice. I'll be completely honest with everyone.
Mr. Beast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2. You know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake.
I don't know.
I know Mr. Beast's secret.
I'm sorry. We're gonna go back a bit. I don't know how I went off on the topic of doggos, but we're like 2 minutes in.
Coming out about Beast games and everything. And also I have like more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that Mr. Beast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2. You know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Also, I know Mr. Beast's secret CEO has been practically.
He thought you were going to do a clap back.
You know, hey, what's in part 2? What does he know? So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be about serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes. And I'll make sure to...
I'm assuming this is what you were talking about, Mr. Gamer, with the Viking dude's like stepbrother or brother or something like that?
And plaster your face all over the screen when we talk about that. So yeah, I've gotten dozens of messages from former Mr. Beast employees of very serious allegations.
No freaking way! He launched his toy line amidst the controversy. Bro said, I gotta sell these to children and adults who for like Christmas is like, you know, it's coming up soon. I can tell you those are gonna be like half off very soon. He said, I need to sell these before people find out about the controversy.
So I just want to put a call to action at the start of this video that, you know, if you have a story.
Of course, Drama Alert put it up. Let's go, Keemstar. Let's go, Keemstar.
Mr. Beast Lab Sword.
Am I gonna get in trouble? What's the music? Any music in this that'll get me in trouble on YouTube? It's at Target? I kind of want to go see one for myself. I'm not gonna buy it, but I want to see it. They were showing off, really? I heard people were pissed off about the Ring trailer. Lord of the Rings trailer. I want to get into some more media trauma and less, like, serious and not as funny drama. I want to get into, like, Lord of the Rings drama and the Star Wars drama. That's, like, fun drama. We can laugh at and make fun of. Not a bunch of kids getting diddled by freaking YouTubers. Which is great that they're getting caught. I'm just saying, like, freaking A, can y'all take a break? For crying out loud, bro. Like, y'all need to chill. It's a partnership with Moose Toys. Okay, let's see.
In this ad, I'm going to tell you about the greatest toy on Earth, Mr. Beast Lab Swarms.
Lab Swarms? What the freak does that mean?
Can I drink this?
Put it down.
Just mix them.
Ew, what the freak is that? Why? What is that?
Them. And create your
Oh yeah, you definitely want children doing that. Of course you do.
micro beast. There's over 100 swarms to collect.
Is this one rare? No.
Wait, I used to get toys like this, like little aliens or Martians, or like there was like the whole like line, the series of monsters that like lived in the sewers or whatnot. Oh, go for it, go for it. To get more, there's like a button. You want more? Grab some more. Sorry, I got some. The family needs some more. We got what are they called? Shin ramen. Shin. Yeah, something. Shin. The shin noodles, freaking good. Yeah, but even he himself said, I know he's back, but even he himself said he's gonna be gone soon. He keeps doing it. They're gonna eventually, like, once they catch wind of him being on it, they're gonna delete his channel again. I don't. This is just the latest of many. He's been trying to get on Rumble for a minute too.
No. Is this one rare? No.
This one is the rarest of them all, the Hyperchrome Micro Panther. Mix, shake,
Hyperchrome Micro Panther. Got it.
and create. Swarms, each sold separately.
Thanks, Jimmy. I'm gonna keep this one. You can't. There's only 1,999.
In this ad, I'm going to tell you about the greatest toy on Earth, Mr.Beast.
It's just repeating. Got it. Okay, where it did. Okay, yeah. So, he might be. I feel like. To be fair. Again, I also have to say this now. None of this takes away from the good things he has done. That doesn't mean that the good things excuse his bad actions at all. But good actions are good actions, bad actions are bad actions. You can apologize for the good actions while being praised. You can apologize for the bad actions while being praised for the good ones. You get me?
You can DM me, just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs.
Yeah.
And like, as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously, so without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable. You
hold on. I don't want to just skip past this. I want to actually read this.
Trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep. Have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone.
Multiple people corroborate the same message. I'm gonna quickly read over this. Take your time and read it at your own pace, but do pause it, because I'm gonna try to read through this as quickly as I can. That is one of those things that's been spoken about a couple of times. That a lot of these sets were very freshly painted, which, depending on the paint you use, the fumes can actually be incredibly toxic. I mean, some people go and buy paint jugs just to freaking huff the fumes. Like, you know. Okay, to be fair, this seems to me like one of Mr. Beast's employees saw like 100 ladies and being a horn dog and like couldn't keep it in his pants. He's just like he was trying to shoot a shot, being super inappropriate, or whatnot, which is like not necessarily Mr. Beast's fault, but it's kind of like you would think there'd be a little bit more freaking professionalism,
Was
in an environment where you're having. Specifically, you're having the sexes split up in their own freaking like sections. You get me? You think you would put a little bit extra security to those sorts of like matters. You know what I'm saying? At least in typical scenarios, you would put like female security guards on the female side, male security guards on the male side. You know what I'm saying? You would sort of like you would have a little bit of a little forethought on those matters. Some people were coming forward saying they weren't given food or water? Really?
You trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
Again, it's good that he's giving somebody $5 million. It's bad that he almost got someone murdered. Like, you don't need to have somebody almost get murdered. You could just give them $5 million. You get me? There's very distinct. That's like we all have we can all use our brains here. Giving someone $5 million is great. Putting them in a situation where they may unalive because of it, not great. Don't do that. Just freaking give it to them. What are you doing? You don't gotta like do all this.
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say
not
no
gonna.
because of the implication.
The
Anyway,
implication.
so that will be part 3. So
Bring in Dennis, bro. His plan, bro. It's because it's you know it's implied. You understand? What implication? The implication.
you know, Mr. Beast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations. So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also,
really?
What people don't know is that he came back in 2021 to be the sole contestant of a Mr. Beast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another
What does very badly mean?
Who was working at Mr. Beast while
he didn't get excited when he gave him the money or what?
While actually on the registry, and I'll get more into that story at the end of the video. So I got his
Yeah, see, that's just not okay. That's just not okay. Even if it was for 5 million. Yeah, no. Don't put people in actual genuine danger. No, that's not okay. That's why we have laws for this kind of stuff. Now, going to build 200 houses for free and giving them out for free, that's cool. Doing that? That's not cool. This is not cool.
DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep.
That's a douche
drank a
move.
bunch of caffeine, and I also only had one microphone in the interview, which he's wearing. So it's mostly just him talking. Also, like, final thing, people said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It you know, builds up over time, but I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from Mr. Beast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos, sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor a lot of the time. But I've been in some videos. I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 20.
Yeah, what the frick? He has been in quite a few of these. Well, how do I get multiple Mr. Beast challenge? Like, what the frick? Put me on. I'll go on it like 20 times, bro. You kidding me? I don't care where. I'll fly out anywhere.
2020, 2021.
People were actually hospitalized? Is this about that whole Amazon show situation? At that point, Amazon better step in, bro, because they're gonna get freaking involved. They're gonna get roped into that. That's it. Don't piss off Amazon, bro.
Authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you know, you were in the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy doesn't like me. That's fine. I don't like him either. It's okay. Oh, that feels so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much.
Wait, really? Why does Jimmy not like him? Is it because of this particular
He didn't
shot?
want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively. And I could tell that the yes men were, you know, doing well, and I was, you know, disgruntled for quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right, like publicly, and I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. So I used to talk to people. I used to glaze Jimmy publicly for things I do genuinely think are true. But then it's like, well, how come you didn't talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to...
I used to glaze him, bro. I used to glaze him up so hard. You don't even know, bro. I used to say, oh my goodness.
You know, speak ill of YouTube's golden boy, and then I'm blacklisted forever.
Bro said he used to get stoned. I blew so much smoke up his butt.
I tell people I was talking to you, and they go, "Don't, what are you doing? You're gonna kill yourself."
You said you're not selling your soul for a corpo scumbag like Jimmy who works for pedals and registered. Bro, I would tell him that I do not like him to his face while I accept the paycheck because I am a desperate monkey and I need money. Alright, look, listen to me. I'm a monkey of of good morals, but not a monkey of pride. I'm just gonna say that right now. Y'all gotta understand one thing, right? Y'all ever seen that anime meme where the guy, like, the lady, like, throws a freaking coin on the ground? And it's just like, pick it up, dog, and the guy's just like, what do you take me for? Some kind of a loser that can be bought up with money? She's like, yes. And he's like, well, you're completely correct. And he's like on the floor picking up the coin. Well, I don't know. We don't know yet. Hold on. Gerard was worse. I mean, not worse. Gerard was not worse. When it comes to the specific, like, money charity scam, specifically just that, I feel like Gerard was worse. Because Jimmy, it feels like at least some of that stuff, if not most of it, is true. It's just that he is definitely committing, like he's definitely doing something suspicious. I don't want to say anything that'll get me sued because I'm scared of Mr.Beast's lawyers. But it definitely seems like he's committing some form of fraud here. If not, I don't know if it's charity fraud, but he definitely is committing. I'm not gonna say he definitely is committing, right? He may allegedly be committing lottery fraud, lottery or something like that fraud. I don't know if it's charity specifically. Gerard definitely charity fraud.
Career, it's like I have to, or I'll.
But Jimmy, as far as I'm aware, he did give out those houses.
As far as that, that's my covering up of why we didn't talk about XYZ sooner. But now you know.
What would you say is the fakest video that you worked on while you were there?
Fakest video that
faking videos is not charity fraud.
I worked on while I was there. This is the extent of the
I don't even care if he fakes the video, as long as the person gets the money.
That I was involved to. This is
not what you're referring to. I have no idea what you're referring to.
I was a writer there, and we were working on a video.
You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
A rock or meteor or something. It was a rock or meteor in the title of it. I can't remember, but he wanted to do a prank where, unbeknownst to the person, he takes a rock, crushes their car, and they're supposed to think a rock came out of space.
We're gonna take a meteor and we're gonna put it on Weddle's car. We're gonna take another meteor and put it on Marcus's car.
Okay.
Both of them have no idea that we're doing this. Weddle and Marcus are probably shocked. They had no idea.
And so that was the.
Oh, okay. And so that was fake. They knew that there was gonna be a boulder on their car. I got it.
Only time I had to, my car? What? And on the fly, I saw him because Marcus was in that video. So Marcus is calling his mom. Marcus genuinely had no idea. He genuinely had no idea. But so Marcus is calling his mom, and his mom's freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna call my mom next. So I had to text my mom, who had to beg to get the title very quickly. Now I'm texting my mom. I go, Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised. And then I hit send, and then they go, oh, you're.
Bro, if your mom is anything like my mom, first of all, the fact that you are demanding she do something is gonna piss her off. Second off, whatever you demand, they're gonna do the opposite of it. And they're gonna bring up the fact that you demanded them to do something.
Your mom now.
They're gonna ruin the surprise.
And she should have got the Oscar. Oh my God, on the fly, she goes, what? I'm on vacation. Mom, my car has been destroyed.
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
Jacob, I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
Yeah, I did that
Okay, well, she did sound pissed off. I don't know if she actually.
Video, and they're supposed to give me $10K to put a down payment on a new car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. $10K was supposed to be a down payment, and I can't afford a big flashy new car because I work at Mr.Beast. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the tax. I couldn't get anything I couldn't afford the insurance on. So I do my part of the video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And Jimmy was like, why didn't you get a cooler car? I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on, what are you talking about?
You don't pay me. You don't pay. I have been in that position before, bro. I've been in that position before, bro. Like, we had a legit, there was one time where my boss legitimately looked at us and it's like, how much would you be willing to spend on pizza? And I'm like, me? $5. And he was like, what? That's crazy. A good pizza I would be willing to spend $20 on. And everybody else in the office was like, I think one of my other coworkers said $10. Another coworker said $8. I said $5 because you got that hot and ready. You know, you got that hot and ready for $5. You know, it's not $5 for hot and ready no more. Now it's like $7 hot and ready. But you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I'm like, all right, well, but for me, I got that hot and ready, bro. I get $5. No, I ain't gonna spend no more money than $5. And he's over here looking at us like we're a bunch of psychopaths. Like, why? I could go to a place and could pick stuff for $20. And he's just like, what about tacos? I'm like, tacos? I'm like, you're even more insane. He's like, I'll pay $3 for a good taco, like a good pair of tacos. I'm like, $3 for what? For 2 tacos? You can go suck a butt, bro. I am not paying no gosh darn $3 for no damn 2 tacos, bro. I pay 75 cents a taco down on the street. And in the middle of nowhere, at midnight, 2 in the morning, I'm gonna go out in the middle of the street, find me some Mexicans, and I'll buy some tacos for 75 cents a freaking taco. Are you kidding me? With your freaking $2, $3 for freaking 2 tacos. Get out of here. Anyway, point being, he said that, looked at everyone's like, why are you guys so stingy about how much money you spend on food? And bro, I looked at him dead in the eyes, and just sort of said, cause you pay me just enough for me to be stingy. What do you mean? Like, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. Mr.Beast like, why didn't you get a fancier car? Are you gonna pay the taxes on it? Are you gonna pay the monthly fees? Like, why didn't you? If that was gonna be the case, you better let me know ahead of time, bro, because otherwise I would have gotten a Lambo, you feel me? Like, that's what a guy should have gotten himself that freaking, what is it, that Velostar, bro. They don't make those Velostars no more. They stopped them. No more Velostars. You know what I'm talking about.
On a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today. But now I make dog shit pay, making gajillionaires more money. And I just walked into the writer's room, and that's one of the reasons why I left.
Yeah, that's another big thing, bro. I really want him to make a statement. I don't want his people making a statement. I don't want, like I want Mr.Beast I want Jimmy to freaking come out and say something about all this, bro. Now again, I want a statement on the whole Chris situation. I want a statement on the Discord situation before I full-blown sort of like convict him myself and start, you know, trashing him for that. This new dude, I want to see it. I don't know about this yet, so I need to see that for myself before I start like repeating that.
Because I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars, but maybe a salary that was more proportional to the work I was doing, given how much revenue that work was doing. And then, you know, I talked about that, and I talked about the Writers Guild and how this is what the Writers Guild industry standard is for the streaming internet content with ads. I thought that was the closest thing to YouTube, and I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my god, if I got residuals for every video I worked on, boy howdy, I could retire. But yeah, the other thing I talked about was there was another writer there, older comic, black guy. He had a kid, and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child. We're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fuckhead white guy. Why am I getting paid more than him? I brought that up, and one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff shook out was I feel really guilty about the way this like shook out. Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, like, it's fucked up, you know, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more, you know, because you deserve to get paid more. You know, I don't have a kid. And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, you know, because...
To be fair, not to be fair, it's not even to be fair necessarily, but rather I would say this as somebody who's in, like, a manager position as well. You'll be surprised how common it is for the employer to basically try to get away with paying you as little money as possible on a case-by-case basis. They don't, it's not really a matter of like, oh, I want to make sure everybody's getting paid what they like they deserve, or I want to make sure everybody's getting paid evenly, or like make sure everybody's getting paid what the position is. Or you'll find that a lot of times, if they can get away with paying you less than the standard or less than what everybody else is, they'll take that opportunity. It's a pretty standard thing, unfortunately, here in California at least.
You know, not to say that he did, but I know I did. You know, you get a little something, you don't want to lose it. So he didn't want to rock the boat. But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, you know, like if that's like, I trust you. He stood with me. He went in that meeting with me. And I said my piece and he backed me up. And I said, I need X, Y, Z or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day. And if I knew...
Oh, he got him. They both got let. That's why he's tearing up. Ah, nah. Bro, that sucks. I can only imagine, bro. That must have haunted him. Cause like now, like not only is he stressed about finding work for himself, now he's stressed because this other person who didn't want to rock the boat didn't necessarily want him to go make a big deal about it. Now he's also been lost his means of feeding his family. You know?
I knew he was gonna lose his job too. I wouldn't have done it.
Like, he doesn't regret losing his job. He regrets...
Me? I was over the moon. I was like, you're going to give me a check and I get to leave? You know, I don't get to deal with the yeah, how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day? You know, and I get to go home and you're going to pay me to leave. I was over the moon. And he was devastated.
Yeah, if he wanted to keep the job.
I said, he just wanted to be in the room, you know? And I really regret that. But, you know, me and him are really still tight. We're still good friends.
Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's doing good. He's a good guy. I love that guy. He's doing good.
Oh, I'm glad that the guy was understanding. But, dude, I'm glad the guy was understanding about the situation. But, damn, dude.
Yeah.
So maybe you feel better?
Honestly, best thing I could have done for him. Now that he's very, very far removed from all this crazy shit, I guess.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys...
To be fair, do you want to be working for Mr.Beast in this situation right now? Like, as in what's happening right now, do you want to be an employee at Mr.Beast right now, you know?
Doing good and helping
dealing
people?
with all this?
I think Jimmy wants to be...
Like that one freaking dude who tried to defend him, but only made everything look way worse?
The best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal. And I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I give this homeless guy 10K, what do you mean I'm a bad guy? But I've always thought, if you're going to do something nice for somebody and you stick a camera in their face while you do it, you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image, and you gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated from that video is way more than what you gave. I think when he's generous on camera, it's...
Look, I'll be honest with you again. If you donate 10K to a homeless person and you generate revenue that's more than 10K, totally fine with that. But this mentality of do everything it takes to get the shot, get this done, and like, if it leads to a point where people are getting injured, people are getting hurt, it's actually causing damage. Like, you gotta understand, bro. Some people, like, to the point that he was making about, like, as long as I'm doing good things, I get to be a douche. It's like, bro, people are willing to do, like, people are, like, how can I say this? I've heard this recently said, and I'm trying to remember the actual, like, the saying or the phrase, the quote. I can't remember who it was, but people can justify doing incredibly terrible things in the name of doing something good, or in the name of doing something they believe is morally correct. But because they believe what they're doing is morally correct, or they believe that they're doing the right thing, they will justify, hey, I'm doing this great thing, so because I'm doing this great thing, I'm allowed to be douchey about it, or I'm allowed to be a douche. Or I'm allowed to like make mistakes on purpose. It's like, nah, don't work that way, bro. If you do something good, then you've done something good and you've brought good to the world. If you do something bad, you've done something bad and you brought bad to the world. You get me? That's just how that works. I don't judge people like I judge your actions, not your person, not your character. Because a person can lie at any point, be whoever the freak they want to pretend to be. Everybody can pretend to be something they're not. But if you're doing something, it's way different. You get me?
The least authentic thing in the world. There's an element.
It's a very dangerous mentality. It's a very dangerous mentality. Especially when you take that mentality of the ends justify the means and put yourself on like a moral pedestal of like, I'm doing like, not only can I justify it, but it's justified because like I'm a good person because I'm justifying these bad things. You get me? It gets even more dangerous there. Because suddenly,
you
feel like you're above it all.
So good for camera, I'm so
and frankly, it feels like he does feel like he's above it all, running these potentially illegal lotteries and like potentially working with known criminals and potentially also working with Ava, whom you were in a Discord with, where they had illicit substance materials, let's say, with younger audiences. That I'm still waiting on a statement for. But that's fishy, bro. You're gonna have to explain yourself on that one. There's not much. To be fair, there's not much he can say that's gonna like be a good response. I'm just waiting for a response. I'm basically just waiting for him to like light that fuse, so to speak. Because there's not really much he can say there that's gonna like suddenly make me be like, oh, that's understandable. Oh, I get it now.
I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for the camera if you could. Oh, it made me uncomfortable that I was working there, and
are you willing to burn down an orphanage full of puppies to donate $100,000 to a donation of a charity of your choice?
I was told at one point that I was going to be like fourth Bannana. It was going to be.
Well, I can't wait for Mr.Beast to do that video.
And then that never happened. And I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said.
To be fair, that's some real like Jigsaw, Squid Games type of deal. Like that. I would watch that. Not for the puppies though. I wouldn't want to see the puppies going down.
And then I
feel bad about the puppies.
So, whatever. All that regard.
So after your severance checks, how was your relationship with the company? I know you appeared in videos after that, right?
Right. So in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice publicly. If you're nice in public, hey, Jake was nice in public. Let's have him back.
Bro, let's go. Whoever, I'm gonna put, I put 100 random YouTubers and 100 random subscribers from my channel inside a burning building. First one to get out, nah, screw it. Last one to get out gets to keep the 100K.
Back for something, yeah, sure. So I was hoping they call back, and
it's a dangerous game of chicken, bro.
I appeared in some videos.
Be the last one to leave the burning building.
3 days in a maximum security prison. If I
you were in there?
Challenges in that, I got paid. I was clocked in with a rate, and I would get paid and compensated.
I love how one of these challenges is just let us torture you the same way we torture inmates, and we'll give you monies.
For those, but there's one video I was in. I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't. It didn't come out. It didn't come out because it didn't go well. There was a video that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the like surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving solitary for whatever. It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me. And it didn't go well.
Oh, so they didn't even use your footage. Did he at least get the money?
Moving to New York, and I had worked at a couple of YouTube companies after Beast, and I had a little bit of change in my pocket. The most change I had in my pocket ever. Small potatoes, compared to Beast bullshit. But I thought I had enough to move to New York or whatever. And I get a call from somebody over there, and they go, "Hey, they want you for a video." I was like, "Oh, amazing, great, cool, thank God." What's the video? and they tell me the pitch. And they try to make the pitch sound like it's going to be like a walk in the park. The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement. But don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video. They're pitching it like at first it's going to be like a luxury vacation. You're going to have like a hot tub and an ice cream machine. And like part of the video is going to be you deciding like what items am I going to get rid of, today? And it's like the choice. They were like,
I mean, it doesn't. I get that they're giving up a bunch of stuff to do, but it's still solitary confinement. You get me? Like, your brain is gonna lose. Like, you're like it's still pretty torturous.
It's only going to be bad for the last like 5 days.
You don't think it would be
have, like nothing left. You're
you think it'd be like, oh no, I'm gonna be fine. It don't matter. But like, look at how insane people became during the entire Rona pandemic. Like, people lost their freaking minds, bro. But humans cannot be by themselves for very long. We are social animals, dude. We are social creatures.
It's going to be like a breeze for most of it. And by the end of it, after 30 days, you're going to get $300,000 because it's $10,000 a day. And I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said, excuse me? I'll dance for you if you put that kind of money in my face, sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure you're on.
I feel you on that one.
Have cameras on you all the time, and you're perfect for this because you never shut the fuck up. On paper, I was like, okay, I can do this, and I was. They always cut me out of the videos. They always, and I was, editors have told me that it's because you have too much of a personality. And so with this video, I thought, this is perfect. It's a video they can't cut me out of. I'm the guy. And so I thought, well, if I have to do this, if I have to do solitary confinement in order to do the things I want to do, then I will do that. That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to do one last ride. And I get there. And at first it's fine. And I mean,
and then they ended up not even freaking using it.
Just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, which that's probably not good. The smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time. It looked good on the visual. It looks good on camera. It's movie magic bullshit. It was a terrible facility. I mean, it was in one of the studios. They had to get a separate tank for septic stuff. Yeah, there was a hot tub in it. Yeah, there was an ice cream machine. Things were cool and funny on paper. But when you think about stuff, a hot tub if not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. There's not a...
I never thought about a hot tub needing a filtration system before.
Like a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which was a silly complaint, but the shower was always cold, and you're taking
It's not a silly complaint. It's not a hot tub at that point. It's just a puddle. It's just a pond.
A quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7 on me, and the ice cream machine.
It's just a pool for one.
The ice cream machine has 2 modes: on, bang, and off, reeking of smelly dairy mildew. So I got to choose which.
Don't those ice cream machines have to be cleaned pretty consistently? Bro's just got spoiled milk smell.
Was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have...
that's actually genuinely making me feel sick. He just has spoiled milk smell for freaking...
All of them good.
In one room, just trapped there with it.
The little thing started to build up, there was the bug thing wasn't terrible, but it was a factor. And at first it was fine, and you're playing it up because it's a video. And it got to a point where they weren't turning the lights off. I asked them, I said, can we have nighttime hours? And they said no.
Wait, they weren't turning the lights off?
The time lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos.
How would that mess up the time lapse shot? Wouldn't that make more sense so that during the time lapse you could tell how many days are going by how many times it goes dark and then light again, then dark again, then light again? Yeah, if anything, it'd be better for the time lapse, wouldn't it be? That's a stupid excuse.
They did you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight. Oh, great! Want to know how they figured that one out? I didn't have it. One of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to the sun. I got no access to the clock. I don't know, like, the lights are on me all the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now.
Yeah, your body has no freaking. You'll be surprised how, like, even if you don't think it, the light that comes in through your window, even through the shades and stuff, does affect your brain activity just a little bit. Your brain sort of like gets that little bit of like brain activity, like, oh, okay, this is daytime, this is awake time. You feel me? And then when everything starts to get dark or everything's dark, that's when you really start to like get that feeling of like, oh, like you know, I gotta start winding it down a little bit.
Started there. I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me, saying, "This, we gotta stop." So I just wanted to turn the lights off, and I'm vocalizing to people, "I wish the lights would turn off." And I go up to my friend, my good friend.
You would think they would at least like if you're not gonna turn the freaking lights off, go get him a sleeping mask, get him a helmet, get him like something, like get him a tent, so he can like lock himself in the tent. You know, like it's just a freaking tent, like an actual camping tent. Get him a tent. And let him, like, get in there and, like, put blankets on top so there's at least some darkness, you know what I'm saying? How difficult is this?
They're not turning the lights off. He goes, "What? That's a war crime."
That's a war crime, he said. Oh, what is this? Yes, the United Nations considers sleep deprivation to be a form of torture. To be fair, yeah, if you can't sleep, that is a form of torture.
That to terrorists. Oh, good. 24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess, is what we're doing. So, you know, they're giving me...
Mr.Beast said, Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Suggestion.
You know, melatonin, you know, it's not helping, you know. And then Jimmy would come in, like, every other day for, like, an hour, you know, to check in on me because he's doing other stuff.
Just to watch his experiments, like the Vault-Tec scientists. Doing the pyramid triangle of doom evil like face, just being like, yes, good, lovely, stay in there for my amusement.
You know, I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute. And so he'd come by, he'd get the shots, he'd leave. Sometimes he'd have a note from the director over the phone. That would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director from Jimmy when I'm receiving some cash. He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera how thankful you are that now you can pay back your student loans?
Oh, how is that? That's scripted. I don't care which way you look at it. That's scripted.
To do a take of that and pretend to make it genuine.
Imagine getting tortured for like a month and then them being like, "Hey, make sure you say thank you. Make sure you say thank you to the camera. This the way I want you to say it."
I have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want. You want your student loans paid off? You just be in this cage.
Yeah, I remember that animation from Avocado Animation where Jimmy starts to like go insane, like some kind of sick, twisted like. Squid Games like actually starts to get really like scary. It turns out, bro was a Nostradamus, bro. He might have been right on the money on this one. Oh, bro, I'm gonna have to wrap up this stream real quick. It's gonna go down for like 15 minutes, but we're gonna be back with the podcast, and we may have to cut this off soon.
You have power over
like
people.
Very soon.
One person doesn't have.
We'll be right back in 15 minutes. It's just going to be for the podcast. We're going to be talking about this situation as well as the Logan Paul situation during the podcast with Burrito and Chaos, as well as maybe some other stuff.
But I needed it, of course. Just something about like having the cameras on me all the time. Like I was not having a good time, but we were filming a video. So I was trying my best to be funny, you know. I
feel that
comic, you
content brain.
I had a very traumatic life. I have my dad is in jail for sexual assault of a minor, you know. So this kind of stuff is very near and dear to my heart. You know, I don't fuck around with this shit. Yeah, I have jokes about that in my act. You know, I joke about it because that's what you do in a traumatic experience. You know, abusive relationships. I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a type line about it. You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health...
I feel that. I get that. Wait, so he does comedy shows? I didn't know that.
It's not good. My physical health is getting worse, but we're filming. So I'm doing bits. I'm talking to the camera. And I'm being, you know, like, hey, it's been a couple days. I'm not doing so hot.
Or is he saying that he puts it in his act, like, on the camera bits? Got it, okay.
You know, which if
does
I
he do, like,
a video, that's what I should be doing for the camera, but it was too real. If they're faking videos, why couldn't we fake this one? You know, if we're allowed to let these cast members have some time off of this difficult challenge, how come we couldn't turn the lights off?
Yeah, I feel like since you're already faking so much stuff, it wouldn't hurt anybody to give bro like a Febreze. You get me? Or like give him a tent so he can like go inside and like avoid the light. Like bro, just freaking get like have somebody go in there and like let him disconnect the light, like disconnect the light bulb, like something. I feel like it wouldn't mess up the time lapse. That makes no sense to me.
How come we couldn't maybe not have some time lapse footage for 10 seconds?
Did you try to get out?
Yes. I was starting to calculate. I don't know if I could do 30. How much can I? Well, how can I manage to get out of here sooner and still have a video and still have some cash and get the plug?
To be fair, at a certain point, I would just be like, look, this is the safe word. This is the emergency button. You say this, we pull you out, and we just pretend like you did the challenge. And you're gonna take a break. You're gonna let you back out. We'll have you like come in and out and like maybe film a couple of good shots to like make it look, make it feel authentic, and we'll move on with it. I feel like that's an understandable, like, if you were to tell people, like, yo, like, that, like, I'm sorry, but I gotta freaking, like, fake this, I gotta, like, this certain situations have to be faked whenever it genuinely puts somebody in danger, I feel like nobody would complain. Some people would complain, but it's kind of like, let them complain, like, shut the hell up, like, people are getting, like, money, and they're doing it in a safe way, while making outrageous content. It's just for entertainment at the end of the day. Well, because that was the whole point, was entertain people and use that and make money off of the entertaining people and use that money to give it as a charitable act. But why you gotta turn it into like this? Like this feels like you could just freaking not be a douche, and a lot of these issues get taken care of. Master Sam, thank you for the posture and the hydration check, my dude. I'll take a big old gulp for you. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. It's a very long video. It's an hour long. Please go check it out yourself. I'm going to post this up on the Discord. I'm going to drop a like. I will be checking this out on my own. Checking this out on my own as well. We're going to talk about what we have so far, what we've seen so far. Hopefully, I'm going to subscribe here as well. I'm going to take down the stream for just about like 10 minutes or so, just so I can chat up with Burrito and Chaos and see what's going down, how everybody is. We're going to be right back up here with the podcast. We're probably going to be discussing this, the Logan Paul situation, as well as the... Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today. I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi. That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!